And we're back. We're going into first bull run after playing Newport News. I showed some basics of Army Camp and tactics while playing the battles. So, first bull run, pretty difficult for the Confederates. You only get 4 brigades. I chose to go with some guns along with my 3 brigades. Siegfried and Kemper are my veterans, and Chapman fought 1 battle, as you can see here. You can look into their past history, how good they've done, battles they fought. That's kind of cool. Kind of gives some character to the brigades. First bull run's pretty overwhelming at first. You're given a huge map to defend. You have 4 brigades. They basically can attack you from any angle. So I'm going to show you what I do playing as a CSA against the Union at first bull run. So your first defensive line, this is your primary defensive line that I'll show you. There's different points that the Union can attack from across these rivers. You don't have a big enough army to defend everywhere, but this is the objective to defend. We got reinforcements coming later in the battle, which you'll desperately need. So what's interesting about the Civil War battles in this game, every time you play it, every time you play a campaign, you're going to have a different experience, different AI maneuvers, army compositions, your own choices. But playing a map for the first time is a fun experience. You don't really know what's going to happen or when it's going to happen or how it's going to happen. So while you play a map, play a battle multiple times, you're going to have some variances. But there's nothing like playing it the first time and really getting your butt kicked. So there's definitely some benefit to knowing the maps ahead of time. Playing this map quite a bit. I've kind of created my own battle plan from playing it so much. It doesn't mean it's foolproof. Things happen. Decisions aren't made fast enough, that sort of thing. So I haven't always won this battle, but usually do pretty good at it. So I'm going to show you what I do, and hopefully that'll help you out in your battle. There we go. So for the stone bridge, I put my most experienced brigade here. They're going to be holding off a pretty big attack coming at this bridge. I put 1 brigade over here, usually my weakest brigade, and I take my other strong brigade, I march them all the way over here to protect my objective, which is Matthews Hill. What you do with your cannon, if you have cannon here, is up to you. I've left them on this hill here to help with any kind of rushes across the bridge, get that canister fire in there. But the artillery has cannons. The Union has cannons as well. With your cannons up at the top there, it's really exposed. You're going to take a lot of casualties. So what I do is bring them over here. Into the woods with Chapman and kind of get some flanking fire across the bridge. And with your brigade here, you can, whatever you want to do, it's not necessary, but sometimes I break off skirmishers, and I'll put them north at the other river crossing before they get to Chapman's brigade. I can see who's coming across the river, and harass them before they get to my brigade here. You can see the Union has quite a bit of troops here. Sometimes they'll rush across, sometimes they'll try to pepper you with cannon fire for a little while. So skirmishers have a nice view of the crossing here. They can pick anybody off that's coming over. Give me a heads up of anyone crossing. Kemper's on his way over there. I'll break off some skirmishes for him too pretty soon. I'm going to focus on the artillery. Artillery does a ton of damage. Getting them out early saves hundreds, thousands of lives, so definitely get that enemy artillery out of the way if you can. Not doing too bad, 2-to-1 casualties. Artillery starting a rout. Gonna scout over here, see if any enemy infantry is coming over. Some reinforcements coming in. They're targeting my artillery now, but being in these woods gives me 25% more cover than if I had been on top of that hill. Alright, so here comes McDowell. I'm going to set up my defensive line up here on the hill. Let's see, I'll send B to the north. Bartow here. Looks like they're going to try to cross over, change their mind. Regard, send them over here. Yes, I'm forcing these guys out of column formation and in the battle lines to deal with my skirmishers while I set up my defensives here. Very important to use skirmishers. You cannot go through a map without using skirmishers. Oh. Repelled an attack here. I'm going to bring over Hampton's Legion. Flank the bridge. Here comes Keyes. Cavalry in the rear. Gotta deal with this cavalry sneaking up behind. They'll rip through your cannons. One new cool feature is the slowdown mode. You can play in kind of a, I don't know what the pace is, quarter pace. Kind of get your bearings, see what's going on. Artillery's asking for ammo, so I gotta send Davis over there. Keys is bypassing. Now normally Keys will come through the north here, across this North River Passage, but they're deciding to go south this time, so not every battle plays the same. You gotta watch these skirmishers too. Sometimes they they'll take the focus of your cannons. And it's really kind of a waste, in my opinion. It's a waste to focus so much firepower on the skirmisher units. So you see, it's a pretty good position for the artillery. They get cover. You got a nice angle, get some flanking shots on the approaching brigades. He's doing a pretty good job on them. So what seemed like a pretty bad situation, you can put things in your favor by properly blocking these passages. Now, if you don't block this northern passage and the Union's able to make it across the river, your defensive line here is going to crumble. You just don't have enough firepower to stop them all if they get across the bridge and attack you over the north. Alright, fire. Fire, boys. Wow, Keys is coming over. 3,000 men. I may need to pull Chapman back. I don't know why Hampton can't fire here. Looking at these guys with the whites of their eyes, and they can't fire their weapons, so maybe a problem with targeting, I don't know. Let's see if they get a better angle here. There we go. Siegfried's really getting hammered. So you got two fronts here you gotta manage, so it's not easy. It's not an easy task. Way overwhelmed in numbers. So the key here, you gotta know when to run. I mean, you got a ton of infantry coming on your position here. You don't have nearly enough men to defend, so. Mission time, I got 48 minutes left. I'm gonna try and hold them off a little bit longer. Get some cannon fire focused on these guys. Alright, I'm about to pull Chapman down. Brigades. Let me see if I can harass these cannons. Check your morale. You know, Bartow's here holding this flank. He's at 70% morale. He's already got the officer killed. Union's not looking to push yet. They're standing up and fighting, which they will win if I stick this out. The longer I can hold on to this, the better. Alright, Union's making it over the bridge. Not good. Sherman's coming over the north. I gotta bring Chapman back or these guys are gonna crush us. So this is kind of breaking apart over here. I'm going to have to manage this carefully. Bartow. I think at the 25-minute mark, I'm gonna start my retreat here. Alright, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull my artillery back. Get them out of the way. Supplies. Hampton's doing a good job keeping these guys in check, but Key's gonna break them down pretty quick. I don't care if those are 2,200 rookies. That's a lot of rifles to be pointing at somebody. They'll take you down. Now that they're routing, I'm gonna try and flank Keys. That canister fire. Ooh. Oh man, I lost track of this. Time to pull back. Alright. I'm going to send B to run mode, and I'm going to try and get him out of here as fast as I can. Kemper 2. Once I can get a safe distance. Fallback is your friend. Use it all the time wisely. I got my artillery pre-positioned again and safely out of harm's way. Not looking good over here. Alright, off to Henry Hill. So the first phase is effectively a delaying phase. You need to hold them off as long as you can. So allow General Jackson's troops to move up and properly get in a defensive position. So this whole eastern flank's broken. Time to get out of here. Kemper's toast. I'm gonna pull my cannon back. Or it's too late. They'll get overrun too once Bartow breaks. They are streaming over. Alright, let's bring these guys in. Alright, Sherman's coming back. Now I'm caught out in the open. See if I can get these lines reset. So I'm all over the place now. Oh man. Chapman's cut off. Alright, pushing these guys back and getting the defensive line here. B, you need to get out of there. Kemper's still alive. Ineffective, but still alive. Trying to get these cannons up a little closer. Just fill that gap there. There we go. Now we got a proper defensive line. After all that chaos. Oh no! Where'd these guys come from? Goodbye, Kemper. Nice knowing you. Well, out of my 3 brigades, my 2 veterans, only my my rookie Chapman is still fighting the good fight. Ah, we're doing pretty good. Let's get out of there. Let's get in this cover. Yeah, let's pull you back here, Chapman. I'm getting a little too crazy. Let's pull this back. Let it out. Alright. Stalled the Union advance. Let's see if they push. Keep reserve. So Siegfried's lost his officer. Siegfried's dead. He's toast. Man, they just got beat up. Replaced Chapman on the line. Siegfried, who's ineffective, as you can see, his command and efficiency just went down significantly without the officer. Yeah, Union had their chance. They didn't follow up on their successes. Porter's coming in now, Burnside. A little too late though, boys. That right flank's totally locked down. Left flank, see how this goes. Alright, here comes my heavy hitters. Alright, so now's our chance to push these guys back. Or if you're not having as good of luck, maybe recapture the position. So you see this is pretty difficult battle. You really need to know when to pull back, and that's true for any map. You really need to gauge the situation and pull back, because a lot of these battles last a long time. It's okay to retreat and give up some ground and exhaust the enemy, or make them to fight uphill, or make them attack you in covered positions, and then when the timing's right you can push back on them again. It's really important to keep these lines straight. You don't want, you got to identify your brigades that are sticking out, taking, you know, if you got 3 or 4 enemy brigades all focusing on one of your brigades, he's not going to last. Keep an eye on their morale. See who's getting, see who's really going to get a beating and might run or break. And it's good to have reserves to fill in the gaps. Pull them back, let them rest, let them recover condition, let them recover morale, and let your fresh troops do the fighting. It's not always possible, but don't forget to check on your individual brigade information. Right, so these guys couldn't come a moment too soon. these guys to the flank. Put these guys here. See if I can get behind him with this. Here comes Keys. I was gonna move Smith up, try to get on Burnside's flank, but Keys moving up, I can't. Well, Sherman's breaking, so that's good. This line I'm a little worried about. 4th VA is really taking a hit here. I'm gonna bring Uwal up the middle. I'll pull them back. Let's do it. Alright, they're making a run for it. Coming up just in time, so is Cock. Let's do this. Go. Oh, there's their cannon. Can't run from me. Alright, Franklin's getting pushed back. Cock in the defensive position. These guys are wearing thin. This isn't looking too good. Wow, look at all that cannon there. See if I can send some skirmishers over. Roll up their left flank. Alright. So it's still not over yet. I got a lot of units over here ready to break or scatter, even though the morale's doing okay. They're pretty ineffective. They're just holding off this 6,000 man army here from moving any further. I can get some flanking here. This will make them run in short order. You know, concerted fire really reduces the morale of a unit a lot faster, so if you really want to get someone routed or out of the way, you can micromanage units and focus fire on a specific brigade. Alright, breaking their lines. That's how you win first bull run. It's not easy. So not bad. Unfortunately, my 3 brigades really took a beating, so I have to suffer the loss of 2 of my veteran brigades, and even Chapman, you know, he did very well, but he lost half his men. But this is a really big battle. I get a lot of men and gold back for winning this one. Plus with politics, get another 10%. So now look at this. AI regroup for an attack. Now they're pushing back over the river. Not gonna happen. Alright, victory. So 17,000 men against 24,000. Now 2-to-1 kill ratio, so pretty good. Harper wounded. None of these guys are mine. Poor Siegfried got one in the eye. It's unfortunate. Guns, so 4,000 guns, 2,000 recovered, 2380 captured. Rescued some Napoleons, some other cannon, farmers, so not too bad. Not too bad. I get an extra corps I can build with now. Thomas Jackson's added to my army, plus 10 rep, 2 career points. That was a grand battle, and quite a bit of men and gold. So with 2 career points, I'm gonna go. Yeah, do I want to go full? If I do 2 more army org, I can bring my max brigade size up from 1,500 to 2,000. That makes a pretty good difference, but it also costs a lot more to arm your men. If you have 2,000, costs a lot more to get that many veterans. So you have to keep that in consideration. I think I'm going to hold off on that for now. Maybe I'll put one in there for now. Another in training, because I do need to get some veterans back.
Yes, sir.
There we go. So I got to replace 4 Siegfried. You know what? I got Jackson. I'm going to put him in charge of his old brigade. So second level, I can go with assault course, firearms, or marksman. So we can go with marksman. Faster reload, better accuracy, better firearms. So for veteran, wow, look at that. $50,000 to get these guys up. So, like I said, you usually want to stick to 1 or 2 veteran brigades. I'm going to stick to this one for now.
Yes,
Chapman gets rookies. Just have to take the experience hit.
yes, sir.
So if you want to rebuild your army, if you do all veterans, you're going to run out of money, and you're going to have a lot of soldiers available, but you're not going to have any money, which isn't an issue until you start running out of rifles that you've captured and have to purchase rifles to arm your men. So it's not just enough to have men reserve. You need money in reserve too to arm them. Alright, so go to a new campaign. If any of your officers were wounded in the last campaign, they come back in your second campaign. So you got ambush convoy, stay alert, and Shiloh. So you can skip straight to Shiloh if you want. Usually not a good idea. You want to rebuild your army first. You want to get your rookies some experience, get some better rifles, stuff like that. So just to arm with the rifles, the farmer rifles, is your basic rifle, basic brigade. It's going to cost me $12,000. So if I go in here, I've captured a bunch of Springfield, so I have those available. So now all I'm paying is for the manpower. Easy, no cost to me. Some better officers in there. Major's not too bad. For 1,500 men, Major's okay. When you get up to 2,000, 2,500 men to the brigade, Major's not going to cut it. The efficiency takes a big hit. So I don't have to do another. Let's do that. Now I'm back up to 6,000 men. So create a new division. Infantry. Infantry is always a good idea. So I don't have quite enough to do all of them, but still costs a little bit. That's one thing I'm going to do is use my government. I've won every battle so far. I have 42 reputation. I have quite a bit of reputation. So I'm going to request Lorenz's, and I'm going to give them to my best brigade. Oops.
Yes, sir.
And maybe I'll switch them here too. So I have 500 left over. Lorenz's, so I have to pay for another 1,000. That's going to cost me 22,000. Maybe I'll wait and see. I need to rebuild my army here, so this replacing Siegfried's weapons frees up the Springfields that he had. So now I can create another brigade for a little cost. Do ambush convoy. Let's see what I can bring here. I'm not going to keep creating brigades and divisions if I can't use them yet. I'm going to keep my men and money in reserve. It's not like a typical real-time strategy game where you want to just use your resources all the way up all the time. It's good to keep them in reserve for future battles when you need to build up your army to a greater amount. Alright, so I can get 4 more brigades for this one. Can I trust this number? Probably more than that. But actually, I can only bring one corps, so I can't bring more than the troops that I have. So if I make a second corps, I can't bring them to this battle. But if I can get more units into this corps, which I can, forgot, I got more divisions, I can add 4 more brigades to this. So I need to get some artillery. I think I captured some Napoleons, yes I did. I'm going to pay for the extra. Lieutenant Colonel in here.
Yes, sir.
And another infantryman.
Yes, sir.
Alright, so that's fine. Alright, so that's it. I'm not going to go into another battle. Just wanted to show you first Bull Run that can be defeated as a CSA. So, good luck. Until next time.